Welcome. This is Tim Thiessen Live, broadcasting from the palatial studios of Central Valley Talk in Fresno, California, in the Tower District. For those of you just joining us on 43 and Comcast, this is a show about your life. We cover real estate, politics, business, and everything that affects you in your everyday life. Our underlying message is the message of hope, growth, and prosperity. And any direction that our government leads us other than that is the wrong direction. From time to time, we furnish unbiased and full reporting on what our politicians are doing, but what we really like to do is stay on the positive side, showcase businesses, and in the case of today, a couple of groups in here that are really doing some good in our community, and we want to acknowledge them today, and we also want to praise them for what they're doing and praising good behavior to make Fresno, the Valley, and California a better place. Our lineup today is Lorie Ham with the Kings River Life magazine. We also have Jim Holm and from the Boys and Girls Clubs of Fresno County, and we'll have Tim Rosales in here on a previously taped segment on redistricting. Tim is with the Wayne Johnson Agency out of Sacramento, and then we'll be finishing up today with Manuel Cunha from the Nisi Farmers League. Manuel is very influential in the agricultural community, and we're going to be talking about a lot of hot button issues today: high-speed rail, card check, and immigration e-file. So anyway, my first guest is Lorie Ham from Reedley, and one of her associate editors with Kings River Life magazine, Stephanie. Welcome, ladies. Thank you for coming in today. And Lorie, just tell us a little bit about your magazine and what you cover, and really how you started. This is quite a success story.
Well, I've been writing for a long time, written for local magazines and newspapers, and just the door opened up almost a year ago to start my own online magazine. We're a California online magazine, and we focus on the San Joaquin Valley and cover basically everything falls under either entertainment, community, or human interest.
Okay, well, some of what you've been doing is covering kind of a broad base, kind of really give us a feel for where you really go with your editorials and some of your stories.
Well, we've covered things like the Blossom Festival in Sanger, Dawning's Pregnancy Crisis Center in Dinuba. We do a lot of local theater and bands and things like that, a lot of reviews. We covered the Rogue Festival. We also have a pet section and local history, and a teen section, entirely written by local teens. A lot of literary, a lot of book reviews, TV reviews, movie reviews. Also a Going Green section with Going Green tips, and just kind of a little bit of everything, and a lot of local events. Okay, great.
With us also is Stephanie, from a senior at Reedley High School, and she is the teen editor for Kings River Life magazine. So Stephanie, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you're doing there with your online readers.
Well, I'm Stephanie Barnett, and I'm, like you said, a senior at Reedley High, and I pretty much just write reviews for Lorie and the magazine on different books, movies, even TV shows that are popular right now.
Okay. What kind of a response are you able to measure your response by your friends or those that know you, as far as, because part of having you on the show today is to really get you out on the internet so people start driving to your magazine.
I've actually had quite a few comments from teachers, people who've read the articles and given me positive feedback, saying that they really liked the review and that they actually are going to go out and read the book now.
Well, great. So now, do you cover movies, books? Okay, what about other youth activities, or do you take the liberty to editorialize?
I've given a few suggestions, but mostly it's just if Lorie has an idea or I have an idea, we'll write about it. I know I did an article that's going to be coming out next week on prom that I went to, obviously. And then I'm also doing an article on NJROTC at Reedley High, so it's going to be coming out soon. Okay,
well that's a good subject there. Those are the cadet programs and everything else are something that's being looked at as far as being cut in a lot of school districts.
Yes.
I don't know about Kings County Unified, but there are school districts around the valley now that some of those programs are at risk. So have you already done your research on that article?
Quite a bit, yes.
Okay, what are you finding out about it? Because this is really good this is a good thing for a lot of youth to get involved in.
Yes, it is. I actually started at NJ last year, and I interviewed a few people, a few cadets, and pretty much got what they thought about it. And I'm going to just write an overall review on what we do each year and the community events that we do and just all the activities that we put on.
Okay, so you're a member of that also.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell us about what you're getting out of that?
I've gotten a lot of leadership skills out of it, really, and just being able to work with people in a lot of different ways, and just a sense of unity.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good, and a lot of discipline and
Yes.
and
Very
regiment.
much.
Well, that's good though. So, what are some? I'm really curious. That's one thing I love about this show, because I learn something with every guest, and sometimes I probably learn more than the audience does.
Mm-hmm.
But what are some of the activities that NJ does as far as all the things that are involved in being in that group?
Well, we put on different events. This year we put on Cadet Ball, which was for the entire area, pretty much just to come together, and we had a pretty good fun time. We put up flags for Memorial Day. We do a lot of events around the community. We do fundraisers. We help out a lot with just anything that the school needs, and most of the adults on campus know who are in NJ. So.
Who you are. Well, do you do, now in Dinuba, I'm involved with the, even though I live in Reedley, I'm involved with the football program over there.
Yeah.
And so do you do the opening ceremonies also at
Yes,
the ball
we do.
games? Okay. Very, very important, and that's, so hats off to you. I really, really appreciate that. Lorie, what are some of the events that you've been covering around the Valley, and how big is your sphere of influence? Because we have a lot of folks in the Valley watching today.
Well, we are really open to covering anything that happens in the San Joaquin Valley. We've covered events, a lot of events in Reedley because we're based there, but also in Sanger and Dinuba. One of our writers is from Kingsburg, and he does a Kingsburg article at least once a month. A lot of things in Fresno and Visalia. Most of those are like charity type articles, or they're entertainment related. So we reach out quite a bit. As far as readership, we reach out all over the world, really, being the internet, and we have readers all over California.
Yeah, that's one of the amazing things about the internet nowadays. I have a run sheet here of all the countries that we're being watched in today, and and a lot of people in Washington, D.C. also. So we have a lot of staffers, congressional staffers that are from the Valley are starting to tune in to watch this show. And those lucky folks at 6:10 there right now, so they're already off of work. But anyway, tell us about some of the upcoming events. You have some really great stuff happening, I believe, in Reedley and Sanger and the other areas around here.
Well, as far as what we are doing ourselves, we're involved in the Reedley Street Fair on May the 1st, and we put together the one of the entertainment corners, and it's all local bands and theater companies and artists that we've covered in the magazine. So it really is a representation of the magazine, and that is going to be from 11 until 4 on May 1st, and we're going to be having drawings and giving away theater tickets and a lot of giveaways. And then also 3 of us who write for the magazine are also published novelists, 2 in mystery and 1 in vampire. And we're going to be doing a book event on May 19th at 5 p.m. at Cedar Clinton Branch Library. So those are things that we ourselves are involved in. And we have a very strong event calendar and event page listing section, and we really have covered all kinds of things in all the little towns and big towns. And if you have an event, please let us know, and we're happy to get something up there.
And that would apply for via the internet. We have such huge coverage in California. You would invite people from all over California to post events?
Certainly. We focus primarily on the San Joaquin Valley when it comes to events, but if it's, sure, email me and see if it's something I feel like we have a place for.
Okay, great. So what's coming up besides the street fair? What do we have coming on? Do you have any other big events lined up through the summer and then on to the Reedley Fiesta? Because I may not get you back in here between now and October.
Well, we really haven't planned out that far as what we're personally going to be involved in. I could see us having something at the Reedley Fiesta. But as far as our coverage goes, we've got coverage coming of the Swedish Festival in Kingsburg, and a lot of local theater over the summer, and just a lot of different things. I mean, we're open. We kind of plan out month by month, except for big things that we know are coming up, and see, you know, what's coming up and what's happening, and try and cover as much as we can. And there's just all sorts of articles, I think, for all kinds of interests. We covered Reedley College football very heavily. We covered Monsters hockey in Fresno. We're going to be covering the Visalia Rawhide baseball. So we even have sports as well. So a little bit of everything.
Okay, a little bit about the street fair. If you want to, before we go to the commercial break here, that's a 2-day event.
Oh, no, it's a 1-day. It's
Just a
May
1 day?
1st. Yeah,
May
May
1st.
1st. The street fair itself is from 10 to 4. The entertainment will be from 11 to 3.
Okay, and tell us about everything that's there, because it is a big event. The whole town shuts down for that.
Yes, it's huge. We're actually going to be having an article on that this Saturday, because we have a new issue every Saturday morning. Excuse me. There's a big car show. There's all kinds of entertainment. There's another entertainment corner. There's food. There's going to be a health fair. And so it's really a huge event.
Okay, very good. Well, we're going to be going to a commercial break here in just a little bit. I want to thank you for coming in. And what's your web address where people can access you online?
It's kingsriverlife.com.
Okay, very good. kingsriverlife.com, folks. And Lori's number is also posted on the screen. So if you have any questions, you want to get involved, they're also looking for advertisers and ways to promote your event, your business, and everything else. So thank you, ladies, for coming in. We're going to go take a short commercial break here. And we'll be right back in about 3 minutes. Stand by.